My name is Dan Kalinski, and this is a 1962 Corvette, and it's my baby. The way this car came into my life, I was in a car club in Tacoma called the Demanos, and one of the fellows in this club was building a drag car, and he needed the money to build the engine. He was going to sell this Corvette, and he told me that I should buy this Corvette because it was a perfect fit for me, and he wanted someone that would love this car and keep it good and keep it alive forever. And well, that was almost 50 years ago. And imagine this, over all these years, this car is still in our collection. It's a great one. Some of the aspects of this car that really intrigues me and catches my eye is certainly the front end of the car is old school. The rear end of the car is more towards the mid-year Corvettes, blending them all together with razor edge, so to speak, and roundness. It's just a great overall car, and it just performs well, it looks great, and it's just a wonderful car to own. Earliest memories for me in cars has to be riding in my dad's 1950 Ford. He'd say, "Danny, you want to go for a ride?" And I'd be all over it. And of course, this is before the days of seatbelts, and I can always remember coming up to a stoplight, my dad's arm would go out to hold me against the seat. So those are some real fond memories. The vision of this car over the years has been varied. When I first got the car, I was almost afraid to drive it because it was so very nice. As years went by, business requirements for me took first place over cars. So this particular car sat in storage at our home for many years. It wasn't until I acquired some other cars in our collection that I became interested again in this car. At first it was, well, let's put a new chassis in it, let's put an LS7 engine into it, let's make it a resto mod. And then as I began researching what the car really was, well, gosh, it has the original engine, the original transmission. I mean, why destroy that? So in addition to this car, there are other cars in our collection that have really spoke to me. Clearly the air-cooled Porsches are cars that I have aspired to own for years. Then there's a 63 split-window Corvette, a 65 Corvette big block, a 57 T-Bird, a 2005 Ford GT, a 2012 SLS AMG, a 1999 456 GT, that's a Ferrari, and then a GTS F1, a 355, which is another Ferrari. So technology is important to me, styling cues are also important to me, driving characteristics are important to me, and I suppose the vainness in me is the wow factor of the cars, and they're hard to beat. That's pretty much rounds out my obsession with all things automotive.